Let me say this. A lot of times, those of you who are what I call strong women, you think you're intimidating a man when really you turn off men who need to control a woman in order to feel secure in a relationship. And there's a big difference. I was talking to one of my Self-Crown VIP members recently on the live chat, and she was telling me like, I think I'm feminine, but I get told by men that I'm masculine and I'm too much, and I just seem to intimidate these men when really I just don't want them to control me. I don't depend on them. What can I do differently? What am I doing wrong? Maybe I got the wrong, conception or whatever. And I even saw some women saying, well, you don't need to be a strong woman. That ain't no compliment. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and deal with that real quick, because I've seen women say that. You know, on Instagram right now, I guess it's really popular to say, I don't want to be a strong woman. I want to be soft and fem. Look, being strong does not mean that you're more willing to endure mistreatment. It doesn't mean that you do everything yourself and, you're not willing to get help in life and you're willing to just go through more storms than everybody else. No, that's not what strong means. Being strong as a woman means that you're certain, you're firm, you're understood in your identity, first and foremost. That's a strong woman. So if you know who you are, you know what makes you tick. You've done the work to cultivate the best version of you, and you understand her, and you know who aligns with that and who does not align with that. You are a strong woman. Strength just simply means you're able to withstand adversity. You're able to withstand things that try to come in your way, like you're able to withstand the harsh storms, things like that. That's what real strength is. And you can't do that if you don't know who you are, because when you know who you are, you know that the relationship doesn't define you. It doesn't make or break you. So as a strong woman, that's not something to don't think, oh, I shouldn't be a strong woman because that means I don't need a man. No. It means that you require more of a man who also knows who he is and how he can align with you and the best version of you to help catapult the both of you to new levels y'all couldn't reach without each other. And a weak man can't handle a strong woman. And I'll tell you why in a moment, but also whenever you're strong as a woman, again, that's not a negative thing. That means that you're also vocal about your boundaries. You're not going to people please. Why? Because you know who you are, with or without a man. But you're willing to speak up and say, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. I'm going to need things to change in this area. We're going to have to work towards a common ground that works for the both of us, because this right here definitely doesn't work for me. If you can do that, you have one of the characteristics of a strong woman. Put I down in the chat if you can relate, if that's you. That's what a strong woman is. It's not a combative woman. It's not a woman that don't need no man. In fact, if you are at a place where you're like, I don't need no man, I don't in the sense of you close yourself off, you're in this shell, that's actually the exact opposite of being strong. You're protecting the weakest version of you, so it doesn't have to acclimate and grow to the natural selection process of taking that risk and assessing if somebody is a fit for your life. But whenever you're truly strong, you have that courage. Another aspect of a strong woman is that she's able to reciprocate a man who loves her properly. I know so many women who are selective in who they choose, but that's because they know that once they choose, they're gonna go all in. They're gonna give their all to that man. That's a strong woman. Why does it require strength in order to give your best to a man? Because that's vulnerability. The more you invest, the more you open yourself up to be disappointed if what you invested in ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. It takes strength, it takes confidence. So whenever you possess these traits of a strong woman, I need y'all to understand something. Weak men will not be able to handle you. They're gonna tell you things like, oh, you got your own money. You don't need no man. I don't need no, I wanna be with you. You got your own money. They're gonna say stuff like that. Because when you're truly a strong woman, a man has to stand on his character, his integrity. He can't stand on your need for his resources, your dependence on his resources, or your inability to handle, having sex with him and having this soul tie because you're digmatized. He can't depend on that as the strength of you being in his life or him being able to be in yours. So a weak man is going to come to you and tell you that all the ways that you're strong is really the problem and why he can't deal with you. Does that mean he's necessarily intimidated? Somewhat. He's not so much intimidated in terms of, oh, I think she's gonna hurt me, but he's turned off because he can't control you. He's really intimidated by the process of what it will require of him to get on your level. That's what he's intimidated by. He's intimidated by the accountability he'll have to have. He's intimidated by the responsibility he'll have to take for his own actions. He's intimidated by him needing to put aside his ego. He's intimidated by having to forgive or communicate or humble himself. He's intimidated by that. being accountable to growing and forward trajectory and forward movement of the relationship instead of being stagnant the moment that it feels good to him. That's what he's intimidated by. And that's what you're going to require of a man. But it's not so much he's just intimidated by you. He's turned off. He's turned on by people, by women that allow him to be the same mediocre version of himself, and he ain't got to grow. I'm talking to weak men here. Not every man, but a weak man. He cannot handle a strong woman. So you'll hear him say things like that. Oh, you don't need no man. Oh, you combative. Like, no, you're not combative. You just require that man to communicate. You so ready to leave at the first sign of trouble. No, you're ready to go at the first sign of deal breakers. There's a difference. If you're a strong woman, if you're a strong woman, you can release what does not align with you. And that's that aspect of you is what turns off a weak man. Because he's already coming in saying, I need you to stay down for me no matter what. Why should it be a requirement that you stay down for that man no matter how he treats you, instead of it being a requirement that he's going to treat you well enough to where it will be in your best interest to stay with him? Because he's weak. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. This is not every man. There are great men out here. There are strong men out here. It's just about what they're made of. Because as a woman, think of it like this. It's not good or bad. But let's say, if you come with a lot, not in a bad way, you come with a lot of encouragement. People always say it's a bad thing. I come with a lot. No, you come with a lot of vision. You come with a lot of energy and focus because you're not spread thin all over the place. Because again, once you choose, you've chosen. You know what you want. You're not infatuated with your options. You can make a selection and give your all to that. So it comes with a lot. You come with a lot of priority. You come with a lot, right? And you solid. That's kind of like a bowling ball. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot to hold, but it's solid. You put that bowling ball on a wet napkin, on a wet paper towel, what's going to happen? It's going to fall, and the bowling ball is going to be messed up, and the wet napkin is going to be broken. The wet paper towel is going to be broken. Now, does that mean that the wet paper towel is bad? No. Wet paper towels have their usage. But it ain't for holding no bowling ball. It's not made of the right material to hold something like that. So as a bowling ball, like I'm just giving an analogy here. You can't choose just what's good. You got to choose something that's the right material. You were made for a strong, sturdy rack, like something that can really hold you up. Like that's what you were made for. And that includes somebody who's healthy. A man who has not done the work to at least become self-aware of ways that he's not healed and or done the work to heal at all, he can't be strong enough to hold you. He can't be strong enough to handle you. If you hurt your ankle, it may be otherwise a good ankle, may otherwise be strong, but it's hurt right now. So it's weak. So when you come across men who have not done the work to heal, they are not made of the right material. They have not cultivated the version of themselves that can handle who you are right now. You got to stay away from that because you're going to be like a bowling ball placed on a wet paper towel. And this is why I don't emphasize good or bad. Y'all be looking at these paper towel dudes, these wet paper towel guys, and the wetness of their paper towel is that they was raised bad and they never seen no daddy and they ain't blah, blah, blah. They got porn addictions. They was raised to think that manliness is narcissism. Narcissism is manliness. And you empathize because you see some good in them. But are they really made of the right material for what you come with? You come with all this ability to maximize everything in a man's life. You come with all of this work that you've done on yourself so that you're not the one who's bleeding on everybody else. You put all of this work and this intention into the version of you that you are right now. You've been resilient. You've forgiven those who've done you wrong, so you're not carrying all that weight into the present. You've learned how to manage your emotions. You've learned how to communicate even when you really want to shut down. You've learned how to be aware of whenever you're in fight or flight mode. You're reading, you're becoming competent, you're learning love languages. You've done all of this work. That means you come with a lot to offer a man. And you come with the ability to support him in whatever it is that he offers and whatever it is that you need in a relationship. You ain't just for everybody, strong woman. You ain't just for any man. You're for an evolved man who has built in his own foundation enough to be able to hold you and handle you and not drop you. The problem is a lot of y'all feel like, well, ain't nothing out here strong enough, so I'm just gonna get on the best wet paper napkin I can find. It's like, no. Evolved men out here are looking for women who come with a lot, because they know that together with that woman and the work that they've already put in themselves to evolve as a man, they can create a lot more, and they can pass down a lot to their children, and they can break down a lot of generational curses. The problem is a lot of y'all have only learned how to become that woman that has a lot to offer, how to become that woman that's so solid, but you have not learned how to attract the man that can handle that. And if you haven't, I went in for over an hour in my masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. So if you haven't gotten access to that masterclass, do yourself a favor, click the link that you see pinned right here down in the comment, right here. Click that link. Get access to the masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. By evolved, I mean men who have put in the work that you put in on yourself. Men that actually can teach you something. Men who are not getting into relationships if they're not truly ready to properly love the woman they're in that relationship with. Ain't about them being perfect, but men who can take accountability, who are not repeating the exact same mistakes over and over again or turning them around on you. Men you can actually build something meaningful with. If that's the type of man that you feel like you're in a position for, or you want to get in a position for, again, I did a free masterclass giving you the game, giving you the strategies on how to attract that type of man, not the type of man you keep on running into. And that link is down here in the comments, also in the caption whenever you back out. But back to what I was saying, don't think that as a strong woman, it's your strength that's so intimidating. The thing about you as a woman, whenever you are truly a strong woman, you become a mirror to a weak man. And what happens is you reflect back to him all the ways that he hasn't cultivated the ability to handle what you come with. That's not on you, that's on him. It's the difference between you being intimidating and weak men being intimidated. Big difference. But those are just my thoughts. I'm your internet brother trying to look out. So let me know what you think down in the comments and share this. If you got anything from this live, share this for somebody else on your timeline who also needs to be blessed with this message. And if you're in the market for an evolved man, click that link that you see pinned right here. Click that link, get access to the masterclass. You're gonna jump right over there to an hour long of nothing but straight game gems. Y'all thought this was something? I went in on that masterclass. It's also the link that's in the caption and description whenever you back out. Holla at your lady, y'all be good. Peace!